Welcome to Northwest Aerospace News Live. I am Jennifer Ferrero, a writer for the magazine and your host. In today's episode, we are talking with Susan Nielsen, Economic Development Specialist for the City of Spokane Valley. We will learn more about how a municipality can help regional manufacturers build their businesses. Thank you to our sponsor, Humbe. Let's welcome today's guest, Susan. Welcome.
Thank you, Jennifer. I'm delighted to be on the broadcast and share information today about the City of Spokane Valley.
Well, Susan, thank you for coming on to the show. We often run into each other at local networking events, which spurred a discussion about how the City of Spokane Valley is involved in manufacturing. Broadly, what involvement do municipalities have in helping manufacturers?
Well, in the City of Spokane Valley, we're home to hundreds of manufacturing and industrial and innovation companies, Jennifer. And these businesses employ thousands of people in a variety of industries, including aerospace, life sciences, agriculture, global health, maritime, food processing, food production, clean energy, transportation, and technology, to name just a few. Manufacturing is definitely a major industry segment for the City of Spokane Valley. And it's always interesting and impressive for me when I get to visit with company owners and CEOs to learn about the diversity of the products they produce, the various industries they supply products to. And as you know, because you're very familiar with manufacturing and I-90 corridor and aerospace, these products may be components for parts in other larger products that sometimes these go and make ultimately other supply chain for a full product that ends up serving the nation or the globe. As a city entity, we have the responsibility and the opportunity to work with businesses and developers and help them understand the various elements of owning or operating a business, manufacturing or otherwise. This includes, but it's not limited to, the planning and zoning and licensing codes, infrastructure, roads, transportation, and then my role is economic development, providing technical assistance and services. Specifically related to manufacturing and industrial companies in the Spokane Valley, they're located, as you probably know, within designated areas or zones identified for us as industrial, which allows all types of industrial development, such as manufacturing, processing, fabrication, assembly, disassembly, and freight and handling. And then there's an industrial mixed use area and zone, which allows light manufacturing, such as contractor yards, office, retail, and corridor mixed use, which allows for light manufacturing and other elements along major transportation corridors. An example of how we work directly with companies is if a manufacturing business wants to expand up or out of their current footprint or site, our team works directly with businesses and developers to work through all those important parts of the process, from their construction team to their site plans, engineering, architecture, building codes, inspections. And most of that information can be started or found on the City of Spokane Valley's Permit Center page on our website. Customers, builders, developers are welcome to come into City Hall and meet directly with our team in discussion about their project. And they can also do that by phone or email and by starting that process online.
Well, that's fantastic news to hear. And frankly, I've been in business in this area for over 20 years, and I was not aware of some of these things. That's great news for our listeners. Well, in your role, what are some trends and opportunities in Greater Spokane Valley to help regional manufacturers?
As an economic development team, we meet with businesses one-on-one and connect them to the people and other businesses or organizations and resources, including agencies that can help them with their business growth and to help them prosper. You know, our goal is really to help them grow and stay in the city of Spokane Valley. So we want manufacturing businesses to be connected to the resources that help them with this process. This past year, we've met with more than 60 businesses. Manufacturing is a really large sector, as I mentioned previously, and naturally it made up a larger percentage of the businesses that we met with. So our conversations focused on growth and challenges that they might be experiencing, whether that's workforce, supply chain, facility constraints, wages, gaps they're trying to fill, equipment they're hoping to purchase, an expansion or maybe acquisition or a partnership with another firm that might be here in the area, industry expertise that they might be seeking, among other priorities. Each business has its own priority of what is on the short-term and long-term horizon for them. So that might be, the conversation might be as basic as connecting them to another CEO who may have valuable information or perspective to offer, more detailed information about exporting, connections to suppliers, exploring the local or regional circular economy opportunities. You've probably heard that term used a lot in the last few years. Introductions to organizations or experts in their industry, and then grant opportunities through state or federal programs. Business leaders and CEOs are really busy, as you know. You interview them all the time, you work with them, you learn from them, and they may not have the capacity or the time or even the connections to consistently or routinely monitor for some of those opportunities. So my background working previously in the Washington State Department of Commerce introduced me to a wide range of resources within commerce and elsewhere that can help businesses in a variety of ways. And it's an opportunity to be a valuable partner to these businesses located in the city of Spokane Valley. We also partner with industry organizations, some of them that you're very connected with, such as Impact Washington, the Northwest I-90 Aerospace Alliance, or NEMA, SP3 Northwest, Evergreen Bioscience, and our major partners, Greater Spokane Valley Chamber of Commerce and Greater Spokane Incorporated, along with many other organizations that are on the forefront of manufacturing and industrial services and trends, who have resources and expertise to help our businesses in the Spokane Valley.
Well, great. Are there tax advantages or cost savings that manufacturers can realize by working with the City of Spokane Valley and your partners?
Right. The City of Spokane Valley does offer some incentives and programs that serve a diverse set of industries. These include, but are not limited to, B&O tax exemptions and reduced tax sales and use tax exemptions. An example of a streamlined process for industrial and manufacturing companies is the Northeast Industrial Area in the Spokane Valley out on North Barker Road. And that streamlined process in the Northeast Industrial Area included nearly 500 acres of shovel-ready industrial property primed for development. And that area is served by water, sewer, and other utilities. Thanks to, in part, to a multi-year collaboration between the city of Spokane, the city and the Spokane County, as well as all of the utility providers and private landowners to develop the area. The area is served by a really robust transportation network and easy access to State Highway 290 and then Interstate 90. And it's also adjacent to both BNSF and the Union Pacific main lines, and includes the Union Pacific Spur. So in March of 2019, the city completed the environmental analysis for all 500 acres. And as a result, commercial and industrial projects that qualify were able to cite their process there, and they weren't subject to additional review under the State Environmental Policy Act. So some of the major manufacturing and industrial businesses that you might be familiar with in the Northeast Industrial Area include Mercer Mass Timber, Barker Logistics Center, the Amazon Fulfillment Center, Spokane Metals, Migrant Glass, Kruger Sheet Metal, and others. And there are also, this whole incentive conversation is sometimes complex and much more complex in the state of Washington. But there are over 50 tax incentive programs available for businesses in the state of Washington. And these incentives are designed to encourage the creation and preservation of family wage jobs. A complete listing of those incentives can be found on the City of Spokane Valley's Economic Development website, which links to more detailed descriptions on the State Department of Revenue website. These incentives include a variety of sectors, including aerospace, aluminum, smelting industry, data centers, food manufacturing, general manufacturing, warehouse incentive programs, and several others. So there's a lot to be unpacked there. And of course, we are a partner, in trying to keep up to date on those. And then I talk specifically to businesses and industries about each of those components and where they can look for more assistance and more help in the work that they might be wanting to either use to expand or to go up or out on their current site.
And to add to that, do you do advisement with federal contracts and grants as well?
That's an area that is another part of my role, and that's looking for opportunities, whether that's connecting businesses with state or federal grants. I do send a lot of information. I push it out to businesses related to grants that I'm seeing or from the Department of Commerce or other organizations, and let them know that, that here's the basic information, here's where you can look for more information, and let me know if you need a partnership from the city on that. This also is a great opportunity to introduce people to the opportunity to access. There's the MRSC registry, which is the Municipal Research and Services Center registry. And that allows businesses to get onto a listing based on what they're looking for in partnerships, and see who might be out there that they can either put themselves on that registry if they've got some sort of opportunity to contract with the federal government or state government and local municipal governments, or they can look for a partner who might be able to help them be better positioned in a grant opportunity. And then we also connect businesses to the Apex Accelerator, which is formerly PTAC, the Procurement Technical Assistance Center. And that is a really amazing program. I connected a lot of businesses to that when I was with the Department of Commerce, and it advises businesses on how to win government contracts and subcontracts. So it's one-on-one technical assistance. It helps them get through that government processing marketplace, which can be really confusing and complex if you haven't done that before. And we direct them to that program, which is managed by the Greater Spokane Incorporated. So that's another way. And then additionally, I have connected many businesses in the last 2 years with the state resources through the Department of Commerce in exporting. So there's a lot of manufacturing companies that might be privately held that want to export their products or partner with products that might be exported. And this is a really great opportunity to tap into the export resources that are available in the Department of Commerce team. Most of these are at no cost to employers, and then also opportunities to go on trade missions with Department of Commerce. I'm sure, and working in the aerospace industry, there are several Spokane businesses that have been on trade missions with the Department of Commerce in aerospace and other industries. And it just really helps to introduce these businesses to the opportunities to either consider exporting, or even in North America, which has a little bit of a lower barrier for, some businesses exporting into Canada, for instance, or then other areas of the world. But the experts at Commerce can really help them with that export idea or concept, and work directly with them on really navigating that easily. And the voucher program will fund up to $10,000 of different services, whether that's translation services on the website, or to go on the trade mission, or an international conference with them. So it's really, I find that they're really delighted and surprised to hear about all of the programs that I just mentioned. And it's one of the things I really love the most about these deep dive conversations with business leaders, is to be able to introduce them to those programs that are available to them.
Well, Susan, you have a great amount of information, and I hope that people will understand they can contact you to find out more. So thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Oh, I really am delighted to be able to share information with people that are interested in doing business in the city of Spokane Valley, and for industrial customers and manufacturing businesses. We hope that you will consider the city of Spokane Valley if you're looking for a new home to do business in.
Great. Well, if you're interested in learning more about the City of Spokane Valley, visit SpokaneValleyWA.gov. And thank you once again to our sponsor, Humbay. Until next time, keep engaging with the aerospace manufacturing news you need to know in the Northwest with Northwest Aerospace News Magazine. Goodbye.